Oh wait, that's not the name I wanted to put there. Damn it!
Now I'll say hi in a more professional tone after telling everyone not to talk a second ago while we were going live. Hey everyone, we're professionals. How's it going? This is every stream. Let's be real. Like it's not a Twitch stream if you don't all like.
Yeah, but my shame is real right now. Like I feel sick to my stomach. I feel sick to my stomach.
I do a tummy rub. Kosa uses tummy rub on sad boy tum tum.
Can you use all of your hands, please? That makes me feel better.
Spider hands. Spider mom hugs would be such hugs. Let's be real.
Oh my god, you'd feel so enveloped. It's just so wonderful.
And then after you opened your eyes, she's just wrapping you in a cocoon, and it's fine. Your mom
you're fine with it. Like
your spider mom just loves you so much, and she just wants you to be safe, and you're safest in a cocoon. So she's just putting you in there to take care of you because she loves you so much. Okay.
I was gonna say a thing, but I'm not gonna say it now.
Okay, let's do our proper. Hi, I'm Jess. This is my channel. Thanks for being here. We're super professional. This is what you can expect from us. Lots of good times. But today I am Kosa, your good spider mom and midwife. Oh my god, you bugger. I see that in the chat.
What? I didn't say it out loud so it didn't derail things, and I still derail things.
I'm trying. Okay, I'm your spooter mom for today. Spooter warning is in effect, because spider things happen on this stream. But your spider mom just wants to know, how are you doing today? Do you have a blanket? Are you warm? Have you hydrated? Are you taking care of yourself? Take care of yourself, because Spider Mom loves you. Let's go, and say hi.
Oh yes, hi, it's me, Innet. Hello, I'm Megan. I am here to be your miraculously stress-free, but otherwise ball of anxiety in a drow suit, Imogene, your idol who's just very excited to go into the mob. It will be great.
That's gonna go super well.
Definitely not worried. But very excited nonetheless. Yay.
I'll excite, no worry.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Nicholas, and I'm gonna be playing, as usual lately, Mirabelle, the Inksmith, who is here to take names and produce chaos.
And have many noses.
Multiple noses for trouble.
Yeah.
All the noses for trouble. And I am Dusty, and I am playing Torith of the Lost Chapters, the Vermissian Sage, who doesn't know who they are at any given time. Because time is a construct.
And I am Jason, and I am the Game Master, and I also do not know who I am at any given time because I am a lot of people. And I just run these lovely people through a story and never do mean things to them.
Never, ever. You would never.
Not at all.
You would never be mean to us, right, Jason?
My eyes can't get any squintier.
I want to do like a zoom in.
Just the most zoomed.
We do something like this.
Yes. Perfect.
Fryeyes.gif.
Is the thing happening now? Is it the thing?
Yes, let's have Kahosa do the recap.
Okay. So, Dustin, that's not helping. I love you. That's the opposite of helps. So I think... I don't think we see much of a setting at all. I think it's just dark. And you just see Kosa. And, I guess she's just talking to herself. Well, we went to the gallery, and I think we all felt that Imogene wasn't quite feeling good after that, but I don't think anyone wanted to pester her with questions. Perhaps rather than ask her questions, we just need to act. we still had the bodies to take care of. So we went to see Mirabelle's friend. That was interesting. And along the way, Torith found a fortune teller who told them surprisingly accurate things. Mirabelle's relationship with the morticians was interesting too. Apparently she has fans. What they do there seems better than what happens in some places in the Spire. We were all very tired, so we decided to all go home and rest. So we went our separate ways, and before I could get to the hatchery, I was stopped, because apparently the hatchery is being watched. And we don't even know if it is by the actual guards or some of those masked minions. So I can't go back. None of us could go back there. Luckily, Imogene let me stay with her. And in the morning, I sent my spiderlings to stop Mirabelle and Torith from entering the hatchery. We all met in some grimy little place and talked about what to do next. But that night before was when you found me. I'm so glad you did, because we're going to make all of them pay. I'm so excited. That's it. It's fine. What are you talking about? It's totally fine. Everything's good.
fine.
Yeah, that
Coast is
sounded
fine.
so good. That sounded so happy and good. Yay, Spire is so happy and good.
Kosa doesn't. No, Kosa's fine. Kosa's not all excited about stuff that happened while you were gone, Megan. Don't worry.
Oh, I watched the bot.
Oh, did you? She didn't have a secret rendezvous,
doing weird things
blood
in my
pact ritual with a new vengeance
living
goddess.
room.
It's fine.
In
your
my living
You were
room.
asleep. You don't know.
While
It's
I
fine.
slept.
Yeah, while you slept in the other room. It's fine.
I mean, I'm never going to judge you for making pacts with otherworldly entities.
I mean,
That's
you
kind
of all
my
people
jam.
cannot.
I cannot
No.
judge you for this. Imogen might be a little freaked out, but Megan's like, "You go, girl. You get that warlock life."
Also, if you're not allowed to make evil pacts in the living room, where are you allowed to do it? I mean,
I mean, like outside on the balcony is probably best, but
yeah,
Hey, I don't choose where my new vengeance goddess comes to me, okay? Listen.
that's valid.
She do what she do what she gonna do. If
Ain't
she
no party like a warlock party, because a warlock party's got pacts.
Because a warlock party doesn't end until you're dead, and even then,
subjective.
it probably keeps going.
Yep. Let's do this.
Yeah.
All right.
Baby got packed.
So
sorry.
we
That's-
just
I'm done.
that's so good. So yeah, so we decided we were going to
We're going
Quinnstown
to Quinnstown.
Cross. Yeah.
Because you have to get to this address in Ivory Row, and you had a couple options of areas you would pass through to get there, and you went with going through Quinnstown.
Yep.
Mirabelle. Usually
Yes.
there are a few ways. Usually the ministry can help get people into Quinnstown. But you don't have a lot of time right now, and the hatchery was under watch, and everyone was scattered.
Mhm.
So under the crunch, you realize that you have a friend who can get your group into Quinnstown, and that would be Irune.
oh yes.
No.
You arranged for Irune to meet you outside Ivory Row, in the Silver Quarter. Tell me about Irune.
Oh, Irune is a drow that is. She tries to wear as much inconspicuous clothing as possible, but they are also have lots of if you know what you look for, they have hidden compartments and tools, and I'm thinking she has long, shoulder length black hair. Dark gray skin and silvery white scar on the side of her face.
All right, so you've brought the group together in the Silver Quarter to meet with Irune because you've told the group that she can get you into Quinnstown. She knows people there. She's worked with people there. She can't really help you out farther than that, but she can at least get you to a local neighborhood dive in Quinnstown, where from there you can set out. So she sort of looks over the assembled group, clearly sizing you all up and appraising your skills. Interesting crowd that you hang out with lately, Mirabelle.
Yeah, it's been interesting times. How is the family?
Everything is going very well.
Good. But yeah, we have an issue. That is, we need to get into Queenstown.
Not going to ask why you would want to go there.
Yeah. Well, and I look at the other people, and it's not as much as want as have to.
That's fair. That's why I'm usually there too. Work related.
Yeah. Same.
Well, I can get you in. I can get you to the people that I've worked with there before. But you're on your own for the rest of the way, wherever you're going, whatever you're doing. I don't really want to know.
Yeah, no. I know. The usual standard applies.
Try not to do too much damage to my relationships in Quinnstown.
Yeah, well, okay, I will do my best. Is there anyone in particular you want me to not make a dent in?
Nah. To be honest with you, if I get through a week without one of my associates not getting shot, that's a special occasion.
Getting shot?
Yeah, I do work out a Red Row quite a bit.
Oh, right, yeah.
And Quinnstown is not a whole lot better, as you'll find out. So be careful whatever you're doing.
Well, you know me, I'm almost always never careful.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, so if this is all of you.
My eyes will linger a little bit on Torith, and then, yeah, this is all of us.
All right. She leads you down the lift into Ivory Row, and the lift comes out pretty much in the center of Quinnstown. Quinnstown is like the middle of this district. It's probably best described as a wealthy neighborhood gone terribly bad. There is the memory of money and power here, but it is just the memory of it. No sooner have you stepped off the lift than you see like a pack of small wild pigs run down one street.
Someone needs to clip that face. That's a gif.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
What were you gonna say?
I want to roll to investigate how wiggly their butts are.
I won't make you roll for that because if you incurred stress from
Wiggly pig butts.
First of all, you're already like carrying a lot of stress. So I won't inflict that on you. But...
What? Me? Stressed? I'm not losing my mind. What are you talking about?
Nosa suffers a break
it's
from
not as bad as it sounds.
wiggly pig butts. Yep. They are. I don't think I would describe these pigs as wiggly. They are like wiry and
okay. They're like invasive hogs.
Yeah, they are
type
like
things.
definitely feral mini hogs.
Do they have tusks?
Would you say?
Would you say there's
Sorry,
50 of them?
We all
No,
went there.
it's a small group. There are 3 to 5 feral mini hogs.
That's
An
still
order of
good.
magnitude off. It's
Yeah, it's like a pared down version. It's perfect. Thank you for doing that for us. Do they have tusks?
They do. They have.
But they're
they have
not.
small tusks.
They're not like actively attacking anything. They're just minding their own business, running away.
Yes, they were running down one of the streets.
Would you describe them as necromantic?
Ooh.
Maybe
Just
not
romantic.
that far. Yes.
Romantic.
They're very romantic feral mini hogs.
Each of them has like a rose in their mouth and they're giving it to one of the other hogs.
Yep.
And they're like looking deeply into their hog eyes. They're
now
very
I'm picturing them with
romantic.
Fabio hair too,
Yes.
which is
My
Glowing
mind
in the-
went to the
The one out the window with the little pinwheel?
no the art movement romantics.
Oh.
And also that also includes the literary things like the Three
Yeah.
Musketeers and stuff. So I mean,
Yeah. Technically, Treasure Island is a classic
Yeah.
romantic novel.
yeah. So pigs with having small rapiers and a
Well-
big hat with the
the station is destroyed from the train derailment.
Just wait. You may
Jason-
not see mini hogs with that, but
Who wants to tell Grant Howitt that there are now Fabio hogs in his world? Beautiful
3 to 5.
3 to 5 romantic
Romantic
hogs.
Romantic hog.
If I knew how to paint, I would totally paint that scene in a romantic way.
like a
Okay.
nice little landscape.
At sunset.
Okay.
Yeah,
Done.
we have totally
Done.
derailed already.
Done.
All right. So yeah, you see this pack of wild hogs just run down the road, and nobody seems fazed by this.
Okay.
They just take off down one alleyway. There are large manors here with gated off properties, but they are all fallen on hard times. Some of them have their windows boarded up. Others are just old and dingy with peeling paint, and just gray and worn. Also on the street around here, you see people, or drow, who all seem to travel in groups. You get the feeling this is a neighborhood that is about having some numbers with you. Because you see small groups of men and women traveling together. It doesn't take long before you notice that many of them are visibly armed. They also tend to have a certain style to them. It is not quite silver quarter, but it's trying to be. Like, many of them have wide-brimmed hats with scarlet feathers on them, or frilly sleeved clothing, but the sleeves are visibly like dirty or worn or torn. So they're trying to be fancy, but clearly not quite fancy. And they deliberately, many of them don't appear to make any eye contact with you as you enter the district. But everyone just says, don't talk to anybody yet. Just follow me. And as you'll notice here, there are city guard, but they're all owned by House Quinn here. You won't get busted for carrying weapons, but you may have to use them if you do.
Against the guards?
Oh no. Against the various House Quinn gangs here. Carrying a weapon in open.
Is there gonna be a rumble?
Does Imogene ask that?
No. I don't want a rumble.
I mean, if it is in fact a musical rumble, Imogene is the best suited.
That is true.
If it's a musical rumble, then we'll talk. If it's a standard weapons and fighting rumble, I'm out.
Yeah. If it was a musical rumble, I wish that I had Kosa's extra arms and legs, because she could do that spider tap dance thing where you have many legs and they all tap dance.
The best Side Story.
Oh dear.
So as you guys blink, you notice that Torith changes to almost look exact like there's a version of Torith with a wide-brimmed hat, a feather, long hair, like Three Musketeers style hair.
Fabio Torith.
I don't know.
Ah, no.
Oh no.
I fucked things up.
No, you're okay. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they sort of look like they fit in here. This is a Torith who ended up in Quinnstown at one point in time.
Oh, interesting. That's
So
really-
tell me, Torith, who has been to Quinnstown, what is your special
Okay, so-
knack from the Vermisian?
Now remind me,
Oh.
Quinnstown is it was more crimey, right? Like
Yes.
okay.
I
It
was
is
thinking-
basically a neighborhood run by the mob.
yeah.
the drow.
Okay. I was thinking that my knack is sort of mobbish in
Do you want crime? Because crime is an option.
yeah, I was thinking crime. But like in
What
that
aspect of the crime domain?
speaking the lingo, like the attitude of being a crime person, right? Like that's a knack's more like
No, that you could say like your
one aspect of it.
your knack is in like organized crime,
Yeah,
sort of in the hierarchies and
yeah. I know
Dynamics
how. I
organized.
know how. Yeah. So like,
Proficient in speaking with cotton balls up you.
all right. Yes, that works.
do I look like a clown to you?
Funny how.
How? Am I a clown? Yeah. So, but yeah. So like, you guys blink, and Torith has changed appearance yet again. And they normally keep their face down, you know, and always like thinking. And this Torith looks more, you know, straight back, head up. They know they're confident here. And it's sort of like, you know, that sort of like dog meeting other dogs, you know, crime bosses walking around other crimes like, hey, you know. the
It's alpha
attitude
dog
of
Torith.
like, yeah, yes, with occasional butt sniffing. This Torith is an alpha Torith in the mob world, anyway.
Arun is at the front of the group because she was leading you through Quinnstown. And for a moment, she turns back and looks and notices this different Torith, and she stops. She looks over at Mirabelle.
Yeah, that happens.
All right, yeah, I don't want to know anything. And she turns back around and leads you down the street. She takes you to a neighborhood or a part of Quinnstown, which is definitely more commercial. You start to leave behind these old manors, and now there's these crowded, squat buildings, shop faces. And she leads you down a short set of stairs into like a basement entrance of a tavern. You go in there, and this place is lit by a few Spire black lanterns with their heavy smoke that clings around the ceiling. There is a long wooden bar against one side, the far side from the entrance. But the bar is, like everything else in this district, has definitely seen better days. There are some facing planks on it missing. There are notches and grooves cut into the top of it. You also see some stains on the bar, like dark stains, which you imagine might be blood. You're not entirely certain. And as you all enter, numerous patrons that are in the tavern look up at you. The bartender does not. But as they notice Arun, they just sort of nod a little bit. And Arun says, "This is about as far as I can take you."
Well, you've taken us far enough. I mean, I understand that you are... the less you associate with high-profile people like us right now, it's probably for the best.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go back down to Red Row and be far away from whatever you've got going on here.
Probably wise.
Probably for the best.
Apart from the whole, Red Row thing, I mean, it's... Really? Red Row?
It's good for my business. It's what I do.
Yeah, I know. I'm not judging. We all need to do what we need to do.
Anyway, just keep alert around here. House Quinn runs the show in this whole neighborhood, but House Quinn is not a united house. This place is controlled by at least a dozen different gangs, some more powerful than the others, every one of them jockeying to be the top gang. This tavern is controlled by one gang. They're called Point Square. And they know me, so I'm safe bringing you here. But like every other House Quinn gang here, they are trying to get one up on the next gang over, and there's some gang trying to take them out.
Oh boy.
Thank you for your help and for bringing us here.
Got it. Nicholas, roll me
Yes.
2d10.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
That's a 6.
Okay, roll me basically 1d3, a 1d6 divided by 2.
That's a 6.
So that's still 3.
Yeah.
And roll me a d10.
That's a 4.
All right, good.
Is it?
Everyone does not take any bond fallout this time.
I was just like, what are the rolls?
That was
Bond stress.
Yeah, bond stress. So Irun heads back up the stairs and out of the tavern. Torith, you know from your studying and from your own
We are happy to
alternate
have been here for so
background
long. We look forward
that you
to
have
many more.
currently,
This stream is my
you know
first
where
stream
the
in all
address you're trying to
timelines.
reach is relative to where you're located. Doesn't mean you know everything about all the goings on between here and there, but you know how to get there.
Remind me where we're going again.
Going to an address. I can't even remember.
It was the one that was the whatchamacallit
There was
that I
a
saw.
name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the name that we found from.
Cladonia
Sybil's
Row
Snowstone.
or something. There is a few letters that are indecipherable, but
Yeah. I don't.
Sill Snow steps lightly.
That's
Yeah, it's
right.
the name.
And it makes
Yeah,
no sense for them to be there. Like
Be
it,
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
there
it's like this
shouldn't be
weird.
here.
That's why it's so like this is weird. Like this
Yeah.
is they're not because they're an Alfear.
Taurus
and-
knew of them. They're an Alfear who was a like a researcher and professor at the college.
At the college that
and
I
also
served my
a
durance at.
priestess of Brother Harvest, which is one of the Alfear gods.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Brother Harvest, the Alfear death god.
Which is just a cool name for a death.
To the Silver Basilica?
Solar Basilica,
Solar Basilica, sorry.
which is the main. That's the Solar Pantheon is the Alfear religion, and the Solar Basilica is their big church here in Spire.
The address is in this direction.
okay.
We should be careful. Act like you know what you're doing.
I always do that.
Wait.
Act casual.
Act aggressively casual.
Just act.
Yes.
That's it. I'll just stop there.
While you're sort of
Walking.
are you like waiting in this
assume
area? Or are you
I
going to
assume
find
we
a
started
seat?
walking in that area. Did we not? We're just hanging?
Yeah.
We're just chilling? I assume we all know where we're going.
Yeah. So we're probably not going to, sit and chill.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay.
we're
Yeah,
not.
I don't want to like hang out in the bar.
Yeah, I don't think any of us want to stay here longer than we have to. So I imagine, like, definitely, like, because Torith has clearly changed themselves to look like they belong here, and Mirabelle has all this information. So definitely letting those two sort of
I think
lead.
Torth will walk up to the bar, pay for a shot.
Oh, wait, darling, that happens. That landed so bad last time. Okay, fine.
That did end so badly last time.
All right.
We're a different Torith now. It'll
Okay.
be fine.
I'll just stay
Just
here.
ordering a shot.
Yeah, just a shot.
The bartender looks up at you, and she is a drow woman, wearing like this sort of rough, tattered-looking leather clothing. She says, "Yeah, what do you need?"
Shot at your strongest.
Strongest, huh? All right, sure. And she messes around with some of the bottles behind the counter.
What do you mean messes around with?
Well, she turns her back to you, and she's reaching for various bottles and a glass. She definitely mixes a few things. This is more than one bottle. that she's working with. She turns back, slides it a little bit on the counter to you.
Shoot it, double tap the glass, and just be like, let's go.
All right. So are you trying to do anything through this, I guess is my question? Or you just...
Other than show off, that's about all I'm doing.
But you are trying to show off? Are you trying to make like an impression of some sort?
Yeah.
All right. Give me since this does follow your knack, I guess. Give me a compel plus crime, but with mastery, because I'll say your knack applies. So I know you don't have crime.
Nope. I don't have. I do have compel. So I get 2.
That'd be 3d10.
Okay. Come on, what could go wrong? Well, I rolled a 6. Is the highest.
Okay, all right.
I got a 5, a 1, and a 6.
All right.
This Torith is a big old risk taker, eh?
The bartender just quietly pours you another shot. But even before you're about to take a drink from this second shot, you feel like a hand on your back just slap down. Hey, friend. And there's a drow standing next to you. You can tell by the way he carries himself that he's fairly muscular. Also, his clothes are slightly too small for his frame. Like he's wearing what under better conditions would be a nice jacket, but it's a bit too small. It's a bit too snug.
Literally thinking that, Jess.
And he says, I don't know you.
Well, then you assume by calling me friend, have a drink, and we can get to know each other.
Sure. And he waves down the bartender, who brings the same shot over to him.
That's your guy, friend.
And he slams back the shot. And you have your second one there.
Oh, shit. I'll slam that one back and double tap the glass.
All right. You seem comfortable here, but I don't know your face, and I know everybody around here.
Let's just say my face changes on my needs.
Really?
Catch my meaning. One doesn't want to walk around this place too much when you're as hot as I am. These phrasing, not.
The real Torith shining through.
I'm not good at this.
Across multiple timelines there, Torith, like, no.
You know that room from last week, the dark room with the light in the middle and like all the other Toriths around? Yep. You just see that, like, and they're all just going. This is why we stay in our element and don't stray.
Well, friend of many faces, can I ask what you're up to here?
Seeking out a contact.
I could probably help you there.
Could you? And how much would that cost me?
I suppose it depends on who it is.
You can understand that I wouldn't be giving out that information for free. I have my business, just like you have yours, probably.
But see, friend, you are sitting in Point Square turf. Any business here is our business, is my business.
Is that so?
And Mirabelle will walk up and walk up between them, put the arms on both shoulders.
All right.
Torith, we need to get going.
Oh, no, please continue. I'll be right behind you.
Going where?
Oh, friend, you keep using that word, and I don't think you know what it means. Have another drink on me. And I'm going to buy him another drink, and then I'm going to use memory blank.
All right. Let me look up memory blank again because I don't remember exactly.
I love that Torith can be like, this didn't go well. I'm just gonna erase it. I'm just gonna make it so it never
Start
happened.
over.
Do over.
Do over. Like, how great would that be in life to be like, I don't like how
I have
this
a few types of do-overs.
Yeah.
You do.
The Sage is always just like, no, you know what?
That's not.
I just thought of something. I just thought of something better. All right, let's
Yeah.
bring it back.
Yeah, I just thought of like imagine like being like, I just thought of a better comeback. Let me redo this.
Take two.
Yeah, how
right.
sweet.
The big problem is that it's a bit like Groundhog Day, but you suffer the consequences of each day.
So give me a compel plus a cult roll.
Both of which I have.
So that's 3d10.
Ah.
Seven?
Okay. So tell me, you get to basically they forget a specific short recent event. They will override it with events of their own invention. But what are you basically having him forget that he
As he
came
takes
over?
the shot, he forgets that he even saw me.
All right. Let's see.
Then I look at my friends with panic on my face, just like, okay, let's go.
The bug out eyes. We gotta go. We're made. Let's go.
Oh, don't laugh like that. How much stress do I have?
Right now you have 7.
A healthy amount.
I mean, I have a ridiculous amount of mind and...
Yeah, you have a lot of mine resistance, but this was the stress didn't apply to mine.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So he takes the shot. He blinks a couple times, puts the glass down, stops. He's thinking to himself.
And Torth just starts walking.
Okay. All of you leaving the tavern?
Yeah.
All right. You see, as you're leaving, you see him turn around, look at you, and you can, like, his brow is all furrowed in a bit of confusion. But he lets you go. You're out on the street in Quinnstown.
Exactly where we want to be. Do we know how to get to where we're going?
Torith does.
Yes, we're familiar with the location. Probably prevent me from doing something stupid like that again.
Well,
I know you tried, Kahosa.
Every time that you go and try to impress people by taking shots.
We've learned our lesson for the final time.
Just listen to your mom, kids.
Mother knows best.
Are you heading?
It's very hard to control all of these at once. Sometimes they get mixed up.
You are free to make your own mistakes, especially if you can erase them afterwards.
Oh, it's...
Yeah, but please try to not make mistakes that I will have to pay. I mean, we were led in there by a friend of mine.
There's no mistake now. It's gone.
That's good. That's good.
Right. Well,
Let's be off
what's
then.
done is done, or what's done is undone, I guess. So let's be on our way.
All right. You're walking down the
Onwards.
street in Quinnstown towards your destination. Give me a. I think Mirabelle, you're the only person who has sneak, right?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Give me a sneak plus crime roll.
Okay. That's a 2.
All right.
I'm going back to the silver quarter.
We're not gonna get very far through here.
You're walking down the street, and it isn't long before you feel eyes on you. Like you're passing down the street, and you see people sort of look up and follow you with their eyes for a little bit. You keep walking. It makes you a little bit uncomfortable. You keep walking, and you'll pass another group that also all looks up at you.
People seems to be sizing us up, and I'm not too comfortable with it. They don't seem like they are fans.
I wouldn't think so. We're entirely out of place here. We should just keep moving.
Yes, this is going to be a long walk.
You take a right onto a side street, which is the fastest way from Taurus' sense of how to get to where you're going. And you're walking down that street, and at the far end of it, a few rough-looking drow. They sort of block the path. They are not stabbing, damn it.
We're getting a musical episode one way or another.
I cannot sing.
Neither can I, but I will try for this.
For the lulz. I will do it for the bit.
This isn't saying anything because she sings on stream all the time.
Oh.
I mean, it's technically singing.
That face. That's a, you just got in trouble face.
You're gonna get it now.
So what, do they do anything? They just stand in front of us?
They're just
They're blocking your path.
Okay, done with this shit. Kosa walks up to them and looks them up and down, and I want to know what they value and protect above all else.
Okay. That doesn't require a roll. That's just a.
Nope, that's just my
Asking.
ability.
Yep.
Oh, that's such a good ability.
They are looking to protect. Each one of them is looking to protect their status within their gang. They all are. You get the sense that each and every one of them is trying to move up in some way, and also they are protecting their turf and their gang.
Is it very easy to see on them which gang they're part of? Like, is there two distinct gang? Are they like a shark or a jet?
It's not clear to you.
Are they a shark all the way?
I want to use.
So I want to use something.
Nose for trouble.
Okay. Which one?
Nose for trouble, not a nose for trouble.
I know, but I don't remember which one's which.
Once per scene, ask the GM what's weird or out of place here.
Yeah, I think you might be the most weird and out of place thing. Yeah, I mean, I really think that the honest answer to that question is you are the most weird and out of place thing.
Okay, yeah.
You get the sense that these members of their gang belong here. They're not out of place at all. The out of place thing is you.
Which is why
How-
they're targeting us.
Yeah. How many of them are there?
There are 5.
Whoosh!
Okay.
I was not imagining that many.
Yeah. I want to walk up next to Cahosa and just be like, may we help you?
Yeah. Yeah, you can help us. Can settle a little mystery among me and my friends here.
Oh. All right.
We were just sort of wondering what would bring such an unusual crew of people into Quinnstown. I mean, and he looks straight at you, Imogene. Says, I mean, you're a very lovely lady, but you're a few grades, above the locals here.
Oh, well, you flatter me. Thank you very much. Our business here is our own. I don't see how it's of any concern to you what we're doing.
Oh, that's really funny.
Oh. Is it?
Yeah.
Sorry, comedy's not usually my strong suit.
Well, let me help you out here. Nobody does anything here without us being involved.
And who are you?
In the alley? I mean, it's...
There are a lot of people that say that.
I
Which
imagine
group
there
are you?
Where's Point Square?
Oh.
We saw you come from the tavern. But it's our job to know what you're doing here.
Oh, well, if it's your job, we wouldn't want you to get in trouble for not doing your job.
Yeah, we wouldn't want you to look
Bad for your
silly in front of...
boss.
Yeah. We want you to get embarrassed in a group of outsiders.
Look, we don't have to fight here. Although, if that's what you want to do, and he just sort of brushes his coat aside a bit so that you see a rather battered looking revolver sitting at his waist.
Oh.
He says,
Well,
but
no,
No, you're sorry, Jason. You were saying
No,
something too.
Jason,
You saying,
go.
but yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
he said, I'm not here to fight. Just want to know what you're doing here.
you certainly look like you're here to fight.
You literally just showed us a weapon. That's rather rude if you're not looking to fight. We are simply, clearly trying to get by, do something, and then we will leave and be out of your hair without causing you any problem. I feel like you might get in trouble if you bother some people without need and then all get hurt and have to go crying back to your bosses. It'd be so bad for you.
Exactly my thoughts. Getting trounced by some upspires
So
put you in a bad place.
I am not Upspire.
Outsiders coming here to do something vague usually end up causing trouble in some part or another of Quinnstown. That trouble ends up reaching me.
You were with Point Square?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have friends who do business with you, and well, let me tell you, I don't want to strain that relationship at all.
Neither would I.
And what we are doing here, well, might even benefit you in some ways.
I'm open to that, but see, here's the thing: you haven't told me what it is yet.
I am Mirabelle. You might have heard of me. I write.
have.
Yes. Good. Finally, some good people. People who read. Oh.
You're Arun's friend.
Yes. And I write for what was it? The Astounding Echo. We are here in a small investigation, and what we are looking for is not in any way connected to Point Square, but it might lead to some secrets being divulged about some of the other gangs. So, you see?
Well, I can see how that might be good for us, maybe. But again, I'm still operating largely in the dark.
Well, you haven't even told us your name. How rude is that?
I mean, you have a point there.
And also, you are in an alleyway. You always operate in the dark. They ask, look around. It's
We literally operate always in the dark. So we are drow. That is how it works.
Yes.
Fairly standard practice.
Yes. It would be quite unpleasant to be the other way around.
All right, well, look. My name is Marquis Lier Quinn.
Fancy.
Torith, you know that House Quinn, which is all the gangsters in Quinnstown are House Quinn. It is supposedly a drow noble line, but it's also not. Basically, it's like made men. They buy their way in, or they make blood oaths, and they are in return initiated into House Quinn and given like a noble title, and also part of their name becomes Quinn.
The House of False Titles.
Yes, they are also responsible.
Was that in character? Did you just say that out loud? Because that was like that was not too far from Torith voice.
They are also the
Internal monologue, that's what
Okay.
he was thinking.
Okay.
they are the ones who started the civil war in the home nations.
I was rude. Trow.
Money's the root of all.
But yeah, the marquis here is nowhere near a real marquis in any way. But
If I called him Marcus, would that upset him?
I mean, quite possibly.
Are you trying to get us in a fight? Are we doing a fight?
Yeah,
'Cause-
can we not?
No, I'm letting Mirabelle do the talking.
Yeah. So
I've
they're
stopped talking.
all drow, right? There are some humans here in general in Quinnstown? Or
There are, but these are all drow.
these are all drow. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well.
Well, you must understand, we are working on a story. These are my lovely sidekicks. And if I go on and blabber about what it is we are investigating, that means they might hear about it and they might cover up, and well, that would be bad for us, and it would be bad for you. Because that means that the story will take a completely different turn, and I mean, I have to write what I experience, so...
Mirabelle, are you threatening me?
I am not threatening anyone. I am stating facts. I am trying to solve this as a civilized drow. We are all
So am
drow
I.
here.
We are.
Yes.
And you'll find that those of us in House Quinn we take our reputations very seriously. And while we're talking facts, if you don't tell me what you're up to here, besides some vague bullshit about a story, and these being your associates that are helping you with the story, then you see, my people are going to have to.
Liar?
Everybody here in Quinnstown is a liar in some fashion.
I am not from Quinnstown.
It's clear, but that's where you are. And I just want to say that if you don't tell me where you're going, myself and my friends here will have to follow you. And that's going to bring us into other gangs' turf. And I really can't say what could happen, but I can't just let you go and do your own thing. Instead, you could tell me where you're going, and perhaps we could all benefit.
Are you angling to be a part of the story? Is that it?
I'm always angling to be part of the story.
Oh, I want to do a thing, but it's probably a bad idea.
Do the thing. Do it.
I've been keeping my mouth
I never
shut.
discourage bad ideas.
All of my ideas have been bad ideas so far, so I'm just over here.
Yeah, my next step is one of two bad ideas. So
All right.
Yeah,
well,
I
then
also have a bad idea lined
then
up, so.
I'll do.
I am so close to using the other nose for trouble.
Oh,
So
I'll do my bad idea.
yeah.
Yeah, you start.
If we're just gonna go all in on bad ideas, I would like to.
Good idea, bad idea.
Well, I think it's a good idea. It's a very bad idea in the situation, and I would like to use disharmony.
Okay.
Which, I make a deceive plus occult roll and pick a target that can see and hear me. On a success, they'll immediately inflict stress on their nearest ally. So I don't want to pick like the marquee, like the guy who's talking to us. I just want to pick like do
One of the other four.
Do they all have weapons? Like, can I see that they're like packing?
Yes, they all have weapons.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to pick like one of them in the back.
Okay.
And just be like, of course we wouldn't want to have you cause or wander into another gang's turf. I mean, the relationships are strained as it is. I'm sure you can hardly trust some of your own men. And
All right, give me a deceive plus a color roll.
and I get one more because I have deceive and occult, and that is a 9.
Ooh.
As you say that, you look over to one of the other drow, who is. So they're all sort of standing in like they're blocking the alleyways.
Formation.
Yeah, it's like a shallow V formation. So you probably look to one of the ones on the end. Your eyes trail over to this drow woman, but she's a very tough-looking woman. And without any hesitation, she pulls a pistol from her hip and just turns and shoots the drow next to her.
Jesus.
Yeah, let me. The drow next to her gets shot in the leg, and he just like falls to his one knee, like, and his leg just his other leg looks shattered, and he just starts cursing, and the Marquis just looks over at you, Imogene, eyes wide, and says, "What games are you up to here?"
No games. We're not here to play.
You seem to be having some problems with your compatriots here.
Yes, there's
Is this-
interpersonal issues. Clearly, we're not here to play. We're here to do business.
Is this what can be expected of House Quinn?
He looks over at the wounded one who's kneeling down on the ground. Clean yourself up. You're a disappointment.
You should invest your money wisely, or in wiser associates.
There needs to be a thorough vetting process. I'm sure House Quinn operates under more stringent requirements for its members.
It would be a shame if this were to fall into the story that Mirabelle's writing.
Yes, and you're the marquis, you're the leader of this group, so really, the leader should do better.
You see, like, his jaw is, like, kind of locked and his teeth start gritting.
You should get a bite. You should get a bite guard. That's really bad.
A small crack sound.
Wear a mouth guard, dear. Teeth are forever.
I'm losing my patience here with you lot.
Oh, well, if we're being completely honest, so are we. We're just trying to pass through.
We've told you.
We
are doing nothing that will negatively affect you. If anything, if you would allow us to proceed through, it would be better on your behalf. As Mirabelle explained, and instead you are fighting amongst yourselves and bothering us, and this is utterly disappointing of the drow.
Is there something perhaps is there something further we can do for you to leave us be?
Well, this is not how I was planning my day to go, but
welcome to the last 2 days of our lives.
Honestly, welcome to the Spire.
I'd like to come to an agreement with you. You're talented. Unusual, you don't fit in. You don't belong here in Quinnstown. But you're talented. You need to get somewhere. You need to do something. And I don't believe you for a moment that you're writing a story. My people also need to get somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he can't walk. Of course, he needs to go somewhere.
No, I don't care about him.
Where is it that you need to go?
We're going outside our turf on a little expedition of our own. And I'm wondering if we can
You want us to
hire
be
you.
bodyguards? Are you kidding me right now?
Well,
Look
you
at me.
did just take
Young
down
man,
one of
stop. Listen to me.
I believe one of your own took down one of your.
Yes.
Mother is
Regardless.
talking.
Mirabelle has told you. I understand if you don't want to listen to her exact story, but we are following a lead. We do not have the exact answer ourselves to give you. We're not necessarily just trying to be wily. We simply need to investigate it to know more.
And where are you investigating?
I don't even entirely know. Can you please just let us go? We don't have... You want us to come stand by you and be bodyguards while you go gruff off some folks? I don't... You have a pretty lady and a midwife and a writer and
Whatever.
gentleman.
Whatever.
How is that to your benefit? We will simply slow you down along with your wounded chum there. Why don't you simply see to that? Allow us to be on our way. If on the way back, we have something for you. Perhaps we will give it to you, but if it does not concern you, then we will not.
Give me a compel plus crime roll.
God, I'm so just like annoyed. I don't think I don't have either of those, so it doesn't matter.
So you get 1d10.
Ah, this is just like.
Actually, no, you get.
I have to roll 2 to take the lower, right?
Is
that one
no.
of the?
You always get at least one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
thinking
do
of a
one.
different game then.
Well,
I think I'm thinking
no,
of Invisible Sun, where you can roll. Or no, what am I thinking of?
You do still get one, but basically your chances are harder, essentially.
Okay. I don't want to have to go be a bodyguard for these doofuses. Like,
I can keep making them shoot each other. That's not a once per situation thing. I can just keep making them do it.
so I'm just rolling one die?
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't like. But how is it? How are you just making the way to do it? I have to.
Yeah.
I got an 8.
Okay.
That still didn't sound very.
Yeah, it
no,
didn't
that's-
sound like it didn't sound like what an 8 should be. Like, let's be real here.
That's not the. That's just your standard Jason. Like, all right, how can I twist this?
I'm being so
Okay.
nice right now. I'm not even threatening you yet. Like, I cannot believe these people. Ugh. I'm just standing there. I'm not like moving. I'm not backing down. I'm just like, this is just wearisome.
Mirabelle will turn to Cahosa and go, yeah, the people we dumped in the Vermisian was, far less bothersome.
Yes, I know. I am being so patient right now. I cannot believe.
It's easier to deal with things when they're dead.
It's getting to that point.
He just lifts his hands up like that, and his associates move. The one who was shot, sort of limping, half crawling, out of the way.
I want to use my nose for trouble now.
Okay.
So, once per situation, ask the GM what action would cause the most trouble.
Like we haven't already.
Yeah. Okay. You spot. You look past this group down the street,
Oh no.
and you see that this whole thing has attracted a little bit of attention.
Oh, great.
From other rough-looking drow.
With like a different color theme on them?
Yeah, who are not wearing the same colors as this set. And you suspect that what would cause the most trouble in this situation is if this somehow became a turf battle.
Oh my.
They're going to
We are
just
getting
let
into
them- I'm just gonna like look at Mirabelle with the look that's like, if they're going to leave, just let them leave.
He's currently stepping aside and sort of waving you forward.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Can we? Is this area sort of like in a point? Like who's this? Cause if Torth's gonna start like walking and like seeing the people on the other side, do I recognize the
The other gang?
other gang? That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
No worries.
I'm gonna say that no, you don't recognize them.
But they're definitely not the same as the
Correct. That they're a different gang. The
Point Star.
problem
What
is
was there?
Point Square.
Point Square. I don't know. I keep
What's
thinking
the
Star.
other? What's the other? Oh, we don't know the name of the other team.
You
Yeah.
don't. The problem with
The
Taurus.
Montagues, the Capulets. Can we?
You bite your thumb at them?
Yes. I'm so
Why
tired of
does
all these
everybody
people.
want trouble?
I bite my thumb at all of them.
I feel like we're just going to be running into groups and groups that want trouble because this is where we are.
know. So maybe we should just fight the biggest kid on the park and let them all know to leave us the fuck alone. Like, beat
I
up
have
the
an idea
biggest
for
kid
that.
on the playground.
I have no weapon.
I know, but you're really good at making them shoot each other. Just keep doing that. That was great. If anything, you did the first move.
No, they did the
ha-
first.
I have a sword, so I mean we are.
I have a
Mirabelle's
little
sword,
crossbow.
so clearly we're completely fine and ready to fight these two gangs. Because Mirabelle has a sword.
Well, but we did discuss it, and we did discuss all bringing weapons here because it's commonplace. Did you not bring a weapon? So I feel like you would have at least brought like a small.
The only thing I have is a dagger. So
small
if I
dagger.
have anything, it's that, which I will not fight with because nobody is getting that close to me.
Because we all discussed that they all like. They
Yeah,
all
you
carry
certainly
here.
could bring your dagger. It probably is a wise idea to at least have it, but
We definitely
probably
discussed it. I
have
think you would have.
I
Yeah.
am not
But-
going to use it.
yeah, it doesn't
is
mean
the other
Imogene's going to
point.
get into like a close combat knife fight with
No,
Street Gang.
no, I'm running
Brought
away.
a knife to a.
Hi.
Yes, she did bring a knife to a gunfight.
out.
You brought a knife to a spider fight. Let's go.
You'll never see my ass again. I am out. O-U-T. Out.
We
So
will
he-
not take this stop on the lift ever again.
He's waving you past. And he looks up and behind where they were standing and sees the other gang hanging there. And one of them is starting to laugh after noticing the one that is shot and kneeling, crawling on the ground.
Those are the people that you need to worry about, not us.
Who are they?
Yeah.
We're done here.
Yeah.
Go do your article that you're writing.
We shall. Go tend to your man and maybe tell your associates not to shoot one another.
Good day to you, Marquis. As Dorth walks past.
He doesn't say anything back.
My, this place is vile. Can we please go?
Indeed.
Keep walking, and you pass by the other gang that are just, they're not blocking your path, they're just sort of on both sides of the street.
I wink six
one of-
eyes at them. This half of my face winks.
Are you making it very clear that you have your...
I'm.
I think Torth whispers in one of their ears, just like, point stars weak. Why not strike now?
Ooh, you. Point square.
That-
Look, point square. I keep saying star. I don't know why I keep doing that.
That one that you whispered to just chuckles.
It's just like if they're fighting each other, people will distract. Like, we'll just-
Yeah.
But
When
this
we
the
walk-
second... Oh, go ahead.
When we walk by, do any of them have like weapons drawn or weapons that we can see?
Yes to weapons you can see, for sure. The second gang doesn't have any weapons drawn right now. They were watching this whole scene. They weren't making a move yet.
Okay.
All right.
Walk past them. Just like.
Good day.
They don't stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll stay on the main streets and avoid alleys at all possible, even though this place is all alleys.
Yes.
It is almost like all out. So there aren't really main boulevards.
I
But you
guess
can
we're
find your way. You still get the sense as you're
Yeah.
walking that people are keeping eyes on you. But
Then there's no point in hiding, and we might as well strut our stuff. Like honestly,
yeah, we're
like
just gonna start walking down the street doing this.
seriously.
but yeah, no one blocks your path or anything. And you cut through Quinnstown You're reaching the edges of it. And you reach your destination.
Oh, thank God.
But I think this would probably be a good place for a break.
Okay.
Go into that.
Hit the wrong button, but yeah, we can totally do that. You sure? Are you sure you want to go on a break here? You don't want to see what other messes we can make?
Well, yeah, I'm anticipating there will be other messes. That's why I'm saying this is a good place for a break.
that interaction was like so much of the game. I love it.
I don't know how to play this character, and I keep messing up.
What are you talking about? I feel like we did everything we could. It was great. It's fine.
This place is
fine.
awful.
I think you're doing fine playing Torith, playing a gangster.
Playing Torth, playing a gangster.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Anyways, we're gonna go rehydrate and dehydrate and all those things. You should too. Take care of you. We'll be right back in a second. Thanks for being here. See you soon. Hi, we're back. I hope you had a good break. We sure did.
We had so much fun I could barely sit down.
So, everything's going really well for our group. Let's pick up from there.
Yeah, it's going great. It's gonna go even better.
It's gonna go so good.
We knock on the door. No, I don't know.
Well, yeah, let's pick up from there. So you have reached the address that you're going to. Before you is a large, dark, worn mansion. It is made predominantly of stone, but it has worn and crumbled in places. And it has a colonnade, or what used to be a colonnade, traveling through a path to the gate. But most of the colonnade has crumbled. So now there are some half columns standing alongside this path. And there are what look like they were once probably very beautiful trees, but now just the skeletal, leafless remnants of dead trees in the yard.
Oh, so sad. This appears to be the place.
Do you know anything about it?
You do not know anything about it.
I know nothing.
But you knew where it was.
Yes.
Yeah, you were familiar because you're basically pulling this information from alternate timeline versions of Torith. So you knew like the layout of the district, but like your knowledge of actually identifying like the gangs here is not necessarily the same. And also you don't know this is just a house in the district.
Yeah. I read it in a book. Most of my information comes from that.
Oh, what is the plan here? Do we just go up to the door and say, yes, hello, we heard things about you from somewhere. Tell us what you know?
I mean, this is an ale fair.
Right.
Do we even know for certain that they are in there? Didn't we simply see the name and this address? And why would they be here?
Perhaps they are visiting. We could. God damn it! We should have brought Arun with us. But she doesn't want to get involved.
Understandable.
She is great at going into buildings.
I see.
I mean, I'm fairly good at them too. You just go in to them.
Yeah.
We're all fairly adept at going into buildings.
I believe Mirabelle thinks buildings that you aren't allowed to go in.
Yes.
Well, are we not allowed to go in here?
Do we want to split into those who like to go through front doors and those who would prefer to find a different way in?
I know that look, Dustin.
And those who make their own doors, I apologize. Clearly that was... Yes.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Sure, that's what I was thinking.
Such a serious group.
We can be.
What? We can... No.
Does it look like there are alternative modes of entry?
And there are alternative forms of doorification.
So you don't see any from where you're standing, but you do know that it is common for mansions of this size to have a separate servants' entrance. That would probably be in the back or one of the sides.
We wanted to take an account of this area before we... I honestly don't know what we're supposed to do now. All we know is that this person has...
Yeah.
Plays into the reason why I said we should split into groups, so that they don't see everyone and we could try different questioning, talking attempts.
We should probably split up then. And also, I had hoped that this building was, a more of a... Its purpose had another... Its purpose wasn't, residential, because that makes everything much harder.
Public access.
Yeah. An office, then we would have been able to guess that why they were there, because they would probably have business, but...
Yeah, having this, yes.
Perhaps they're friends of the family. Considering that they are Elfirs, I don't think so, though, but...
I don't think they would be allowed to live here if they weren't at least on some kind of good terms with the family. Quinnstown doesn't seem the kind of place to just let people exist.
Or perhaps they have enough money to exist peacefully.
Right. There has to be something. There's no way they're just here.
Yeah, there's a definite possible quid pro quo sort of thing happening.
I am staunchly on team walk up to the front door and knock like civilized folk. But that doesn't
I can be on that team if you want to do that.
Oh, I thought you were team make a door.
Sometimes the best door is the door right in front of you.
I'm sorry, does someone else have magic that can make doors?
My doors don't go into normal places.
Well, that's annoying.
I can make doors to a certain place anywhere I wish.
Well, this
Make
is a
doors to the
certain
Vermisian.
place.
Well, the Vermisian is the certain place.
Well.
There is
Taking
a
you
gate.
all into the vault is not the best idea.
There is a rusted wrought iron fence. And there is a gate at the end of the colonnade, but you're close enough to it that you can see that you could open it. It's not secured very well, at least. Certainly not enough to keep you out.
Well, does anybody have any ideas on where we need to go?
Some can take the front door and some can take the back door.
If the person that opens that door is going to be an elf here, I perhaps should not be the one at the front door.
That is a very good point.
So I will not be on team front door.
We can take the back door.
Thank you, Mirabelle. Let's go then. So you'll both try and say hello and do the polite social thing, and failing that, do you have a story or a question perhaps to propose to them? Do you have something we should actually intentionally be asking versus Like, do we want different reasons for being here? In case one reason does not work.
Yes. Probably. Above table. Is my sign for above table.
Dusty is resurfacing.
Jason.
Mm-hmm.
We found this contact in Paris's
diary.
And this person is related to Calixta's whole thing, right?
As far as you know, you found the name and this address, and they were circled in Paris's diary.
And we don't have any context for why this name was.
That's why I kept saying we don't know. I was being freaking honest. I was like laying it out because like we saw this, so we can make. We've made a bunch of assumptions, and we were able to, you doing research in the Vermissian and Mirabel doing research with contacts. We got a bunch of context clues, but still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like
which is why
what
I said
story
we should have.
Yeah,
which is why I said we should have multiple stories. We don't want to. Like if one thing doesn't work, we can try a different thing.
Right. Because we can ask about this moon festival that nobody seems to fucking know about.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's the moon festival, and then there's the whole brother harvest
board.
There's the whole brother harvest thing.
We're doing a quick survey of.
We're from the Heart's Witnesses and
the solar basilica and all that stuff.
But I know that this person worked at the college.
Yep.
So you have that. So if you want to try that way.
Accepting donations for the college.
Oh, hey, former college person. We now want alumni monies. That's a thing that happens.
Can you please give us more money than you already have?
As someone who still gets emails constantly.
Same.
Yeah.
Please give us your money.
Give us your money.
You have enough, thank you.
Well,
so,
I
think
I could probably try to work up some sort of connection that way. Maybe.
The college?
Yes.
What if you're like, do you know what they did at the college? Could you be like, I've been doing research on this thing that I've read that you have also done research on. Can we please talk about this important thing?
Yeah, you don't actually know exactly what their research was.
And we don't even know if they are...
Maybe they open the door, they have a shirt that's like, I love... And then it's like the title
That would be
of their
convenient. I love my thesis research. I don't think that shirt exists, honestly.
I mean, everyone starts out with the idea that they love their thesis research, and then by the end, they're like, I never want to see this again.
Yeah, and also the whole thing about this place was that this seemed like an unlikely place for an Aelfir to be.
Yes, we don't even necessarily know that they're here. Like, it might be something else.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one way we're going to find out.
Yep.
And I think...
Yeah, that's why I said on the off chance that I feel like there's no chance an Aelfir is going to open the door. But on the off chance that they do, I don't want to be there.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll wing a cover story for the college. Possibly. And then the other fact that this Aelfir is hanging out here might be to our advantage, though, too. Like, this could be...
You win a cover story, and I'll just be there, and I'll look pretty in case they need to be.
Well, you may also be instantly recognized if Paris has any sort of relation to if the Aelfir is here.
I hadn't thought of that one.
That face was so good.
But we don't know how that's going to play out too. Oh, this is so exciting. This could go so wrong. Let's do it.
It could go so wrong so quickly. Let's do it.
This is just like when I'm watching Critical Role and they start making an elaborate plan and members just standing there impassively.
God, I hope it's not the Aelfir now. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
This is why flashback mechanics are amazing.
Please don't know who I am. And
all right. So we have Cahosa and Mirabel who are definitely going to go around the back way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Around the outside.
Around the outside.
From
Damn
the
it.
outside.
And Imogene and Torith are going to go down the main path to the front door. All right. While you are cutting around to the back of the mansion, the gate, it has a latch. It is not locked.
Torith will
Pop that.
open it and start walking up the path with
Alright.
Imogene.
You are walking up the path, and you notice a couple of things. One, you don't see any visible light from the mansion. You do notice that the windows don't go all the way up the mansion. The uppermost floors don't seem to have any visible windows. It might be an attic space of some sort. But the windows you do see don't have any light in them. Also, as you're passing these crumbled colonnades, you notice they have a faint, very worn design to them. You sort of pause to check out this design, and it's a spider motif.
Can I investigate that and see if I know what's going on there as we casually walk up?
You can. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
Oh,
There's
hey.
not really a risk involved. There's nothing that really risks this, but you examine it, and the work on the colonnades is old and is faded, and that's why you couldn't make it out until you were walking down this path. You're guessing that it dates back to when Ivory Row was a wealthy drow neighborhood, which would be more than 200 years ago. Spiders are generally important to the drow, but they are also mostly important to House Destera, who ruled the Spire beforehand.
Interesting.
Yes, that's what Ko says.
I was gonna say, is that my house?
Yeah, that's the house that I named you.
House.
House Destera, yep, it is. But you're not there to see the
I know.
columns.
I'm sad.
But
Intriguing.
to skip back to you guys, you're moving around the outside of the fencing. As you cut along the side, it's sort of a cramped. There's a narrow path between the fencing of this property and another set of fencing to the neighboring property, which looks just as run down. But you actually see some lights in that one. Somebody is living there, clearly. But this path that you're sneaking down the sides between these two mansions is not illuminated, and there's very little risk that you will be seen. You don't see an entryway on the side, but you cut around to the back, and you do see a smaller building that is attached to the back of this mansion. And there is a door. I guess I'll go back to Torith and Imogene. You guys reach the front door.
Sort of like a rope to pull a bell or a knocker, or
There's a knocker on the door.
what's it look like?
It does look like spiders. It actually looks like two spiders that are reaching down with their legs.
Oh, cool.
Their legs sort of touch, and that's the
Okay.
part
Yeah.
that you would grab onto.
So I.
Alright. When you do that, the sound sort of echoes. You can hear it echo into the mansion. Nobody answers the door.
Can I check the knob? Is it locked?
You check the knob. It is locked.
Boo. It's worth a shot.
Is there?
Dead drop a key? Dead drop?
That's what I was gonna do. Can I go out onto the porch and yeah, I would like to use dead drop.
Look under the doormat. Is there
Well,
like a mail-
I could do.
mailbox or something?
I don't think I could do like a key to this door, but
Yeah,
I could
that's what I was
definitely
going to check. 'Cause
do
I don't think you can.
lock picks or something like
Oh.
that.
Yep, you could do.
Skeleton key? What about a skeleton key?
No, it's like nothing like super useful. I could do like supplies.
Yeah, you can do
Lockpicks.
lockpicks. Lockpicks is actually in the example.
Yeah. So yeah, let me dead drop underneath the mat lockpicks because a
It's
Taurus.
for someone to keep lockpicks.
So there's, well, I mean, we could follow in the example of our friends, and I lift up the doormat, and there's a set of lockpicks.
We're still going in the front door.
It's the plan.
What's the plan?
Are you going to try to pick the lock?
I'm-
Lockpicks?
Yeah, with the skills that I obviously have in lockpick. Can I do it occultly? Well, I have like technology domain. Does this help any?
Well, you have crime right now, right?
I have crime in like being a
but
mob
yours
boss
is-
though.
yeah.
It's,
A knack.
my knacks are specific.
I'm like, we're both breaking and entering. Well,
But I will
once we
make-
break, we will enter.
I will buy the argument that
dead
this
drop
would be
and-
a steel plus technology roll,
Okay.
since it is mechanical.
So I get 2 dice then.
Yep.
Because I
Okay,
have
alright.
technology. 7.
All right, that's a partial success.
Partial's better than no success.
Let's
It's good to
see.
take the bad. Take them both, and you have a whole lot of stress.
Take the good, take the bad. There you have the facts of Spire.
A lot of stress. A lot of
A lot of stress.
Okay.
I don't like it when he does that, when he has to look at
Yeah,
that thing
I
and
don't
reads. When he
like-
does that, it's always like,
Yeah, thinking Jason is never a good thing. It's like, let me consider what I'm going to do to you. I don't like that either.
All right. So you do pick the lock. Takes a moment, but then you hear a clicking noise, and you're convinced that you have
I'm convinced
picked
that I
the
have.
lock.
It appears the door is open. Maybe we will
Just
let
enter-
ourselves in.
Yeah, just enter through the front door.
All right. So you enter. Kosa and Mirabelle.
Right.
You're at the back of the mansion now.
And suddenly we hear an alarm. Go on.
No, you don't hear an alarm.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the next logical step and just reach up and pull down a key to the door and open.
Yeah. So basically, I'm not gonna say you're just because you're outside. Well, you're outside the fence first, but you
Okay.
can
Okay.
you could climb over the fence if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so you two climb over the fence and you jump down and you go up to the servants' entrance in the back, and you try the door and it is locked, and then like without even thinking, you reach up over the door, and there's a key. It was hidden away, sitting there.
Well, that's handy.
I see you are also a person of culture.
Yeah. Things have a way to arrange themselves.
Mm-hmm. Our dear Lady Gibbs.
Oh dear God, I hope not.
Yeah, you don't know which one she's talking about either.
I
Oh,
mean,
God.
you assume I mean the great
The
Spider
Spider
Mom in the
Queen.
sky.
God,
Like
Everything's there's so much wrong with you and we don't know it.
you have no idea. I do have the permanent tick weird. So Imogen and you've all like asked me if I was okay a few times, but other than that, it just seems like I'm a little stressed. Well, I'm just a little stressed.
I was
But then,
gonna
like
say-
drow life and like
weird.
being a little stressed is always like
Well, I was gonna be like,
It's
aren't we all
real.
stressed? And then I realized I'm not.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, and part of what
Yeah.
made Ko is so weird is that even though you know she's stressed, she speaks very level, like to a uncomfortable, like, this isn't right. Nobody talks that level in the Spire.
Please stop. Please stop.
Okay, so door open. Is there anything interesting about this surrounding if I do a quick look around while Mirabelle is doing Mirabelle things?
There is okay, well, yeah, there's one minor thing that would stick out to you, and that is that you see a spider motif that is common.
Where is it? Oh, sorry, it's common to. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Well, I'm just saying it's common to the design of the interior of this place. You're entering into the servants' quarters, which are actually fairly plain, but even there, you see like wall moldings that are shaped with spider motif on them, or a webbing motif. They're faded and peeling, but they're there. And
so
you especially notice that.
Yeah, so what you're saying is these people have excellent taste.
They once did, apparently.
This is very nice.
A little bit dim, though.
It is dark in here.
That's good.
Can I blink, look with my spider eyes?
You can.
Blink, wink. I'm looking for magic.
Yeah, you do that. And
look with your spider eyes.
That doesn't actually help you navigate in the dark because there is nothing magical.
If there's nothing magical, it doesn't benefit me at all.
Right.
Yeah. You'd think these many eyes are good for something else, but no, they just look real nice. and let me see magic. So one day I'm actually gonna just draw eyeballs. I'm just gonna put googly eyes all over my head one day.
That would be awesome. Just stick googly eyes.
Stream.
These eyes.
Spider eyes are watching you.
We did turn it into a musical.
Success.
We did it. There you go.
Gonna turn it into a Hall & Oates musical themed episode.
That's fine.
Yes, but Torith and Imogene, when you enter also, it is dark. You enter into a large foyer, which once upon a time was quite grand, but it is similarly aged and neglected, and also dark.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are we working with? Like, if it's a foyer, like, are there stairs? Or
There is a set of stairs ahead of you that goes up. There are also two doors to your left and right.
Does it look like anything's been like? Is there like dust all over everything? Does it look like anything's been disturbed? Does it look like it's been cleaned? Like, I would expect if this was an empty house that there'd just be like, but yeah,
you investigate, and you're quite good at picking up details like that, especially since you spent enough time in like dusty and neglected areas of the Vermissian. There is a bit of dust on things, but you see evidence that some of it has been moved or used recently.
people have definitely been here.
Mirabelle, or coming in the back, do you want to start upstairs, perhaps?
Yes, perhaps we should.
I feel like if there was somebody trying to hide, they wouldn't be on the first floor, but that's just
Up where there weren't windows, perhaps.
Hmm. We're gonna go upstairs.
Okay.
I keep thinking of the scene in Clue where they're going up the stairs in the dark.
Me too. I'm like, oh, this is the house from Clue.
Yeah.
I know because I was there.
You were there.
No,
Nice.
I know.
Are you trying to be sneaky?
I mean,
I'm just asking.
that exact sentence that you said, yes. I mean,
I know it's a loaded question when I
trying
ask
to.
it.
Like all caps trying, but like Imogene's definitely wearing like battle heels. Like she's definitely wearing heels. So I'm like,
The intent is to try, yes, to not alert anyone of our presence.
Okay.
yeah.
Or is I mean,
I don't even think Imogene's thinking about it. And like, they were gonna
No,
walk in the
that's-
front door, so it's
yeah,
like,
we walked in the front. Like, I mean, I think it's just a matter of like just the normal
not-
like caution, like we're going through a house and we don't know what's here.
Right.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
it's not
Okay.
like a stealth thing. It's just like a
No, yeah, it's just,
Just
you
like-
know,
Staying alert, being careful.
yeah.
Right.
But you do move up the stairs and you hear them creak.
Mm.
So you're
Oh.
stepping on them. Cahosa and Maribel, you are in the servants' wing. You pass by a kitchen area. It looks relatively unused, but you also notice the same thing Torith noticed, which is although a lot of things are covered in dust, things have been moved or used recently.
This is a bit unsettling. I mean, they have been using this place, but not enough.
Could someone be using it to hide? Or and not want to make much of a
Yeah,
you know,
that was.
not be seen too much, or
I was thinking about either like a safe house, but,
yes.
but then it should have been moved a little bit more. It's more like a. It's like a secret hiding meeting place.
Is there signs
where
of
pe-
sorry, is there signs of multiple people?
Yeah, you make a educated guess that it looks like there have been multiple people here at some point in time recently. Like even the floor has dust on it, but you see like tracks where it's scuffed.
And they're slightly different kinds of tracks.
Yeah, or it appears as multiple.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
nefarious people plotting.
yes, well, I think you're right. There's definitely been a number of people here, but they definitely don't want to be seen or noticed. They don't seem to be using it too much. So perhaps just meeting?
Perhaps. Part of me wants to go out and, ask the neighbors, but
Perhaps we do that as a final thing.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to just run out right now since we're already inside, so.
Yeah. Amusing, yes. Helpful, no.
You gonna keep moving inside, or
Yeah, and I'm keeping my eyes open for any more spider stuff.
okay?
I am looking for if they have left some food behind.
Yeah, it's a good way to determine.
Feeling peckish.
No, there's no food left behind in the
looking
kitchen.
for any sort of signs of decomposition and like
Yeah.
how long something might have.
You move through or past the kitchen, and there are a number of small, nondescript rooms, which were probably servants' quarters. The spider motif isn't really present here. There's not really much decoration at all.
Does it look like the servants? No, it's okay. It's fine.
I will say, it looks like the servants' quarters have not been used recently.
Okay.
Imogen and Torith, you go up to the second floor. The stairwell reaches the second floor, and then it sort of it turns, and there's another level of stairs that goes up to a third floor. The second floor you see a hallway, and you see numerous doors. It's still dark up here.
Shall we check this floor and then move up?
Sounds right. Do you want to just each take a door, divide and conquer?
Yeah, it's just
How many doors are there, Jason?
I'm gonna say there's 2 doors on each, like left and right, and then there's a door at the end of the hallway. So 5 doors.
You take left, I take right. We'll meet at the end.
for the last. Sounds good.
All right.
Are you either of you doing anything for like lighting? It's not pitch black, but it is pretty dark.
I don't think I'm gonna do anything for lighting.
I don't think I can do anything for lighting.
I mean, I can only use I can only use dead drop once per session, so I just use it for lockpicks. So I can't like.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Okay.
So.
Yeah,
So
I think
no.
it's gonna be bumbling in the darkness.
If there's anything in any of these rooms, like a candle or something, then I'll probably try to like grab something, but I don't have anything.
Yeah, if I find like a lamp or something, I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Figure it out. We'll figure it out.
You start to explore the doors.
Sort it out.
You each open one set of doors on the left and the right. One of them opens into what was probably a study at one point in time, or a parlor room. It's mostly empty though. There are bookshelves in there without books on them. There is a sort of a moldering old chair sitting there. This room looks unused. Imogene, you open your door, and it leads to a bedroom, and there's still a bed in there, but it's definitely not like a master bedroom. Maybe a guest room of some sort. Also doesn't look used recently. You don't spot a candle or anything.
Yeah. Okay. On to the next one.
Same. This room is too sad for Torith. There's no books here. Bookshelves without books. Ugh.
Goldilocks, this room is too sad. The next room is going to be too happy.
Mirabelle and Cahosa, you cut through the servants' wing and you enter a dining room. This room has had some use recently. You see spots where the dust has been like pushed off in the relatively clear areas. You see that the chairs have been moved. There are like scuffs in the dust. There is also a chandelier in this room that has candles on it.
Do they look like they would want to... Maribel, do you have something to make fire with?
I don't know.
Do I have something to make fire with?
Um,
My only items are ceremonial silk robes, weighted chains, you know, normal things.
I think it's within reason that Mirabelle has some matches, Spire Black matches.
Yeah, okay.
That seems very in character for something Mirabelle would have.
Do we want to light them up, though?
Do we want to at least take one for us? In case we do come across something we want to see a little closer?
That is true. I was just thinking about the chandelier, but yeah, we can remove the candles.
You have to climb up on the table, but you could reach them.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
It's not going to be a roll. You can climb on a chair and on the table.
Before we mess with the scene of what we can see, can we tell sort of like how many people were here, or like, you know, is there any obvious?
It's difficult to tell how many. You can tell there was more than one here, or it appears there, because it's more than one chair was moved. I'll say 4 chairs look like they were used. You don't know if they were all used at the same time, or... So there were
at least 4 people
Probably
here
a
at
few
some
people
point.
here. Yeah.
Okay, if there's nothing else we can take from that, then I guess climb on up.
All right. Who's grabbing the candles?
I do that. I just walk up
Okay.
on that chair and then.
You're up on the table and you're grabbing a couple candles, and both of you hear something coming from beyond this room towards the front of the mansion. You hear a door creaking
And a dog barking.
and a dog barking.
Unmuted. And of course.
Sadly, no, not a dog barking. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But no, you hear some footsteps.
And it's not Imogene and Taurus, because we know they were coming in the front door.
You don't know that for certain.
Is it 1 set of feet or 2?
You also not quite sure of that.
I move. I mean, Mirabelle's up on the table, so I move to investigate. Like, I move to investigate this.
Okay. So it's beyond this room. But you
And I'm trying
around.
to spy, but I'm trying to move quickly to catch.
Okay. So there's sort of an open, not like a open doorway, not a door. And you peek around the corner of it. And there is a small room beyond here, which has a door, and the sound doesn't appear to have been coming from here, but beyond this room. But there is a door in that direction.
And it's ajar?
This door is not ajar.
It's a door.
I was gonna say that.
If it wouldn't mess up the cameras, I would turn my camera off right now. Because it's just like, goodbye, I'm gone.
Puns are fun.
Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't, but when I look to where the sound was, it was not the front door. It's a different door.
Well, it's not the door you're looking at, you believe. You believe this is the sound was coming from past this door. This whole mansion is creating echoes of sound, making it hard to pin down, but you think it was coming from beyond this room.
Okay, then I keep my eyes on this hallway, and I wait for Mirabelle to come over to me. I just didn't want her to jump down from the table or anything like that.
Okay. Jumping back to Torith and Imogene.
We're just opening doors.
We're in a haunted castle. This is split up into... We're all gonna get split up. I'm gonna turn back around and Mirabelle's not gonna be there. You're gonna turn her back around and neither of you are gonna be together. We're gonna all be separated.
We're gonna go full Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
This is as stressful as like the hunting for the thing in Clue when they're all in the dark and
somebody's gonna
walking
go
around.
like pull a book off a shelf and it's gonna turn around and they're gonna get trapped.
Let us in, let us in, let us out, let us out.
But yes, you open the remaining doors. They are also largely unused guest bedrooms, and like side studies or parlors. Like one of them has a whole tea set arranged inside of it, but the tea set hasn't seen use in a while.
Like all these rooms, dusty, no sign of use.
These rooms do not appear to have seen much use. You do find a candle sitting in like a little like pewter tray candlestick holder in the last room.
I'll take it. I don't have any matches, but we'll take the candle.
I think Torith might have some matches.
Sorry, do you have
I find some matches in my room.
Oh, what a crazy random happenstance. Please, like.
I mean, I probably have matches. Maybe.
Yeah, you probably do. I'm gonna say you can have
like,
them.
Yeah, like I'll come out of the room with the candle and be like, do you have matches?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
And they're probably like really weird. I mean, just like because matches in Spire are probably just like a little stick and a big black thing, and it just and it's like not even a good flame, just like a big icky flame.
Yeah, and it produces like this sickly
Light.
dark smoke.
Yeah.
Light it.
Light it. I light the candle.
All right. So you have a little bit of candlelight out with you.
Should we check the last door before
right.
going up more?
Yes. Let's do it
Let's do it together.
together.
You open that door, and it looks like a sitting room. There's a large window on one wall of this room, and the window itself is grimy and dirty, and cloudy. Like the glass is not very clear or clean. But once upon a time, this was probably like a very nice sitting room. There are a few chairs in here.
No one's sitting in the chairs, right? Because I'm like,
Nobody's
creeped
sitting
out.
in the chairs.
Oh, thank God! 'Cause if you had like described, and then someone's just sitting in the chair, staring out the
Unless
window.
you count those skeletons.
Yeah.
When chair spins around and there's a villain sitting in it. No, chairs are empty.
Is there anything like of note in the room? If we just if I walk in and just look around.
You walk in, you look around, and there's nothing really of note, and there's not much that has been used in this room. But you're carefully examining the room, and then you hear a scuttering noise above you. You look up, there's just a ceiling above you, but something upstairs. You just hear like a skittering, like scratching noise.
Torith, we need to go upstairs.
Yes, let's.
Dun, 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 dun. Cue the clue music.
All right. Back to Cahosa and Mirabelle.
Can we have the jackety sex then?
What's that?
The yakety sex.
Oh yeah. Mirabelle, you reach. You're back with Cahosa, who is carefully watching.
Yeah. So I
this
don't.
open doorway.
Yeah, I don't take my eyes off, and I point to the first door, and then point past that, and I'm like, the sound came from that way, right? You heard it too.
I heard something.
Now you hear it as she says that. You hear it again. You now can make out multiple footsteps.
Coming from where?
Past that door.
On the same level as us, though?
On the same level as you.
Shall we go see?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go!
What's the worst that can happen?
Nothing bad at all. This is absolutely fine.
All right.
I
So
want
you
to
go through that door.
Sneakily.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make you make a roll for that.
Damn it!
Yeah.
You actually have that skill though.
Yeah.
You're
I
like the only
don't
one.
have that skill, so I didn't say that.
But I'll make Mirabelle.
Roll for both of us? Okay.
I'm gonna give you a difficulty 1 on it because of Cahosa not having that ability. But
Hey,
so this would be sneak plus high society.
hey, I have that. Come on.
Well, I don't have high society, but I have sneak. So I'm rolling 1 die.
2 die, because you get 1 to start.
Yeah, but you said 1
One
different.
Oh yes,
Okay.
you're right.
That's a 2.
Nah.
I need
Okay.
multiple dice. Okay.
That's fair.
That's how they work.
Yep.
So you try to quietly. Tell me what you were doing exactly.
Yeah.
I was standing by the door, listening, and then opening it and carefully opening it so that it was trying not to make any sounds.
Okay. You try to quietly open the door, but the hinges just. And
a
it
cat.
echoes through this largely empty mansion. And you hear the footsteps start to move like rapidly.
I run
Run where?
to the sound. I run
so far away.
I run in the direction I think the sound is coming from.
Okay. It's dark, but in the dark, you run towards the sound, and you see
my knee! Like, I should just run into like a step stool or something for sure.
stub your toe.
Yeah, for sure.
You see 4 humanoid shapes in the darkness. And the room you have entered into is the foyer.
Okay. Like the foyer at the entrance?
Yes.
Are they heading towards the door to leave?
No.
Okay.
They were heading opposite, like they came in through that door. They were sort of heading your direction. So you charge out into that room, you see these 4 shadowy shapes in the dark, and you think they also see you.
Okay. Do they stop? Do they move? Do they like so I burst out and there's 4 people and they're all like, haha, you found us, or are they like continuing to like what's happening?
Well, let me ask you, what are you doing?
I'm trying to see who this is and what is happening, because we had just determined in the sort of like in that sort of dining room area that there were 4 people in here at some point, but it seemed like it hadn't been for a while. So I'm curious, A, if these are those 4 people, B, if they like just returned, like they only come here every once in a while, like did we just happen to come upon them as they were returning, or have they been here this whole time? Like I don't know. Do I see 4 babbies? Do I see 4 adults? Do I see...
They are adults. You can't make out details in the dark.
Okay.
So you're going to stop. You're not going to, like, charge into them.
I'm not going to just bowl them over. I was just hoping to catch them before they escaped or anything like that.
Well, they haven't escaped anywhere.
Okay.
They seem startled by you appearing.
Okay.
But are you going to say anything?
Hello? Do you live here by any chance? Is this your home?
No.
She asked a lot of questions. What was that?
You hear a familiar voice.
What's the familiar
Why do you?
voice?
It is the Marquis
Son of a
you heard
bitch.
from earlier.
Oh, what a bunch of buggers.
Oh.
So you're just following us now. We told you not to do that.
To be fair, I told you I was going to follow you.
Oh, this is
Mary did say
annoying.
that.
We told you we were investigating something, and you have come upon us investigating something. You have disturbed it, and so ruined information that we could have had to give to you. This is utterly absurd. I think this further proves that we were telling you what we knew. This is absurd.
And he reaches down and he is fiddling with a lantern. And he lights it. And now there's light in here. And you can see that the 4 people are the 4 who were not shot in
Yeah.
the leg.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then I have to request. Do you have any information of this house for us, or would you mind simply leaving, please? One of those 2 things.
Well, this is an old Destaran manor.
Oh.
It's not abandoned. It's still owned, though not really in use. But we occasionally hear about people holing up in the attic, freeloaders, and, well,
That's where we're going.
House Quinn can't let that just go along without getting involved. So we check in now and then, and when we saw you coming here, I thought that was particularly interesting since nobody lives here.
Well, as I said, we didn't even know the details. You have told me more by telling me the owner of this house. We didn't know we were going to come upon an abandoned house, who it belonged to. We were simply investigating. very
owns the
minute,
house?
yeah, a very minute piece of information. So I appreciate what you've said, but we would like to continue trying to find out what is happening here.
He puts down the lantern on a nearby table and he says, "Something brought you here, though. You know, something. Nobody just comes to Quinnstown, to this particular unused house, to investigate. Why is it important to you?"
I literally told you we were following a lead and that we
I
had
know,
very
but you
little
didn't tell me what the
information.
lead is.
This is it. This is all we had. This is...
You just went out of your way to visit a house?
Yes.
You lot are terrible liars.
I'm not lying. We saw this address. Like I said, we didn't even know what we would discover upon
Where did you see this address?
on a piece of paper.
Elaborate.
This address was written on a piece of paper. I don't understand.
The piece of paper was where?
In an office that we were investigating for information, and the information we found was this address on a piece of paper. Please, you are wasting so much time. We need to. What if there were people here, and now you have made all this noise? You've come barging in. Oh my goodness, you are absolutely terrible.
Where was this off? And he just is about he's about to finish that sentence. There's a blur of movement from above you.
See what you've done.
It lands on one of his men.
Good.
And knocks the lantern. So the lantern goes skidding off of the table onto the ground, and so the light is shooting these angular shadows everywhere.
Good.
And that House Quinn gangster just screams, and you can see like another form on top of them in the shadows that you can't quite make out. And then you see a couple more drop down from the ceiling.
I take a step backwards and I allow them to be devoured by whatever is coming here, because they deserve it.
You take a step backwards, and Imogene and Torith, you're starting to move up the stairs.
Yeah.
Yep.
You start to move up the stairs, and these stairs creak like the ones before, and you have your candle light. And you hear the skittering sound again. But this time, some form leaps from the top of the stairwell towards you. From the shadows that were outside your candle light.
Oh shit.
I see.
I think we're gonna stop there. We're gonna pick this up next time.
Torith's face just. Oh shit.
You're a mean man.
Me sad.
This is good because things will reset for next session.
Because what?
Session abilities, well, you still have codes like carrying a buttload of stress, but
Yeah.
actually Torith carrying a bunch of stress now too. So this will be fine.
Totally fine.
Our once per session abilities will refresh.
Oh. Okay, cool. I mean, most of my
I
things
really
are...
wish I had taken Vermisian drop now.
Oh, that's the thing that lets you kick someone into the Vermisian,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh boy.
Do we want to go around? Say hi, say where people can find us, say how much we're hoping not to die next episode. Whatever you like, whatever little... What was your favorite bad plan of the day?
There were so many, though.
Yeah, so there's a good lot to choose from. What was your favorite thing that went horribly wrong today?
Do you want me to start?
Yes, let's start with
what was
Jason.
your favorite
What was your favorite?
Yeah, I'm Jason. I'm the GM of this game, and you can find me on Twitter at Jace Levine. You can find me every other Saturday running this game here. as well as being periodically in other games or just in the chat while Jess is streaming. I think my favorite moment was just playing an extremely annoyed gangster who was very frustrated with how dense you were badly pretending to be. Like, oh, we found his address on a sheet of paper.
We did!
Leaving out all the important details.
I'm not lying! I haven't lied at all!
No, you haven't lied. You're just being very obtuse. And
Yeah, the provenance of the said piece of paper doesn't play into the information. You just asked where we found it.
Yeah, I'm giving him, like, what he needs to know here. What is he? It's not my fault. He's a big dumb
he
poo
hates
head.
you guys. You're the,
I hate
the
him.
worst, Tim.
He's such an annoying waste of my time. I hate that. Sorry.
But that was my favorite part. Was just playing that.
Amazing. So next on the list would be Dustin.
Hi, it's me, Dustin, at GeoNerd on Twitter. You can find me here on this channel often, playing in games or running games. My favorite dumb idea was just getting a drink and trying to pretend to be a
History
gangster.
repeats itself.
Yeah.
Knew that was gonna happen. Like,
I don't know what that guy
seriously.
wanted some help with. He seemed too helpful, but now he doesn't remember anything, so that's fine.
And tourists just never drink. Period.
No,
Never again.
we've learned our lesson.
Amazing. Did you say wherever to find you or anything?
Yeah,
so
at
you're just
GeoNerd,
here.
yeah.
Okay, sorry. Next is Nicholas.
Yeah, I'm Niklas Nyvinter at Twitter. You can find me here on bi-weekly Fridays, where we are also investigating things, and it goes badly. It's kind of a theme.
Yeah, I know. In this group, I shouldn't have expected it, but
I don't know about
This is on you. This is
But
on
yeah,
you.
This is
Uh,
all.
is.
And I will also say that the first drink is probably the best one, because that's where we start to derail.
Yeah,
A
pretty
good-
quickly.
Like a good 12 minutes in.
yeah.
Sorry.
Amazing. Awesome. Megan?
Oh, hi, hello. I'm Megan. You can find me on Twitter at Megalyn for the win. You can also find some games that I've written at itch.io/Megalyn for the win. There's a new one coming out very soon, which I'm excited about. You can find me here, obviously every other Saturday, playing Spire. Sometimes I get to hop into other fun things too. And you can also find me every Monday at 6 Eastern on Encounter Roleplay, playing in their Ravnica stream as a very good and pure warlock who I adore, because I like warlocks. Surprise.
Yes, this is known.
Surprise! I love warlocks. I think my favorite was like actually getting to use some of Imogene's cool moves and making that person shoot that other person.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you had that. That was great.
I know, that was so good.
Yeah, I have, like, she's got a bunch of moves that I just haven't had like a good opportunity to use, so this is the perfect time to use them.
Yeah, Imogene avoids combat so hard, but you actually have abilities that help you in combat situations.
Just in case. That's the contingency plan. Plan A, avoid combat.
Yep.
Plan
Love
B, everything else.
Perfect. I love it. I need to update your itch.io link, because the one I have is still the session 01, but that one's in there, and I put it in the chat for people to find.
Aw,
So you can go
thank
find
you.
Megan's games. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jess. This is my channel. Thanks for being here. Follow if you haven't already. What are you doing? Look at all these cool people and all the nonsense they do. Isn't it great? It's awesome. But I think my favorite, like Megan, you already said that you got someone to shoot someone else. But when you said a second later, you're like, I can just keep doing that.
I could do this all day.
I can just do this all day. It's like, it's not even, because a lot of the abilities are like either per session or per situation. And you're like, it's not even per situation. I can just keep doing this.
Nope, that one is just straight up like you can just do it as long as you roll well enough for it to be a thing that happens.
Yep.
Amazing. I love it. So yeah, that was one of my favorites. And actually, someone in chat, Angel, I think it was Angel Eyes, pointed out that we started to off-rail as soon as we saw the 3 to 5 pigs.
Feral.
Yeah, feral mini hogs.
As soon as we saw the 3 to 5 feral hogs, and
Which you could have seen that coming from a mile away.
yeah, like I still want to know. You know what? I still want to know what they're up to. When we come back next session, can we know how the hogs are
they
doing?
might have to appear again. Yeah.
That derailment was so on brand, it's painful.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get that started, and the train hit the station quite
Yeah.
literally.
So that was my favorite thing. Yeah, thanks for being here. I'm Jess, Echo_JG. Find me here, find me on Twitch, Twitter. Wait, this is Twitch. Unless you're watching later and it's YouTube and I didn't mess that up. Haha.
It still works.
Thanks for watching. In that case, like a scribe. I don't remember what the buttons are. But all the info will be down below for all these cool people. Go find them. They're awesome. And come hang out with us live in chat and yell silly things at us as we are doing a dub that we do. It's great.
These things happen.
Yeah. So I think we'll go do a raid. So defo, come along with us to show some love over to another awesome RPG stream that's doing a 12-hour charity stream right now. So thanks for being here. We'll see you not next week, but the week after that. And there's definitely a lot of cool stuff happening here in October. So you should definitely think about coming to hang out with us. But in the meantime, have a great day. We'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.